Good morning and welcome to Emmanuel Episcopal Church in Petoskey, Michigan. This is our, fifth week of online worship and only the second time with me. And we're going to experiment even further today. But let me start by telling you a little story. It may help explain why this seems as complicated as it is. Years ago, when I was working on my dissertation, there's a stage where you have to do what are called comprehensive exams. You sit in a room and you've had a chance to study, but you don't know what the question is, and you get, I think it's something like 3 or 4 hours to write an answer. And one of these was held in this gigantic Gothic room with rows and rows of tables, as if hundreds of people would be taking these exams. I was the only one there that day. It was the summer and it was hot. And the only thing I remember clearly is I was told, you may not leave this room. They made sure I had no outside materials with me. There was no Wi-Fi connection, so my computer could not be looking up things. This is supposed to be about what was in my head. So I'm in the middle, halfway through this, a little bit nervous, typing my answer, and the fire alarm goes off. And I'm stuck in this place where you cannot leave the room, but you must leave the room. Something very similar has happened with our diocese. Our bishop has strongly indicated that we must live stream from our homes. And I sort of get that, as there's a symbol value of you seeing me in my home. But on the other hand, I can't live stream anything from here because of the satellite internet. So we've devised this kind of weird workaround where I record things and then we drive to Stutzmanville, where there's free Wi-Fi at the moment, and upload them. That, by the way, takes an hour or two, and then rearrange them all so that they come in the right order, and then post the link for you on Sunday morning. I hope this works. We have just a few more weeks of this until the current order expires. Boy, can I not wait to be back in the church with all of you. But for the meantime, we're doing it this way, and I hope you can follow along. The second thing that's different about today is we're going to try the Holy Eucharist. Other parishes, other churches have been doing this. And when it comes time for communion, they simply post a prayer for what's called spiritual communion. And there are a few things I think will be on our website about ocular communion. That was a very big thing in the Middle Ages. People mostly did not physically receive communion. They went and looked. These things have been very dismissed and diminished in recent time with our emphasis on participation by everyone. It's not about the priest doing something and you watching it. It's about you actually actively engaged in the worship. And for this reason, we have decided, Jamie and I, that we will not be receiving communion here either, even though we could. We have a priest, we have a parishioner, we have bread and wine. But it seems to be more in solidarity with all of you to continue this Eucharistic fasting and to speak of the time in which we can once again receive communion, which of course will be the time we can be together again. So let's pray for that. Let's hope for that. And in the meantime, let's try to be comforted by this somewhat more familiar ritual. Welcome.